Hello everyone. Today I have a unique and fascinating topic for discussion, and that is Canterbury Tales as medieval social media. So in this lecture we will be looking at the characters from Canterbury Tales from an entirely new perspective or from an entirely new lens. Characters such as wife of Bath, partner, summoners, friar, prioress, how they acted as YouTubers, how they acted as TikTokers, how they were the influencer of the time of the 14th century. So there'll be comparison of social media. So today social media platform is different from the social media platform that existed in 14th century. But we can say that ideas are similar. These ideas, what we have today, that you are getting lot of likes and you're looking for likes. You're looking for comments, right? You're looking for shares, right? So these things, these ideas also existed in 14th century. So you haven't learned or you haven't read Canterbury Tales from this perspective so far. So this is a new version, right? Or a new perspective that we are looking at these characters. Let's begin. What if I told you that the Canterbury Tales is the 14th century equivalent of TikTok, right? So we can say it's equivalent. TikTok we have today in 21st century. TikTok did not exist in 14th century. But Canterbury Tales can be equivalent to TikTok, 14th century and 21st century. How? Let's see. Now, the knight, the wife of Bath, the partner, all content creators performing crafted persona to win followers and stand out. Excuse me. Now, what the YouTubers do today on YouTube, on social media, or TikTokers they do on TikTok, or other social media platform such as Instagram. They want to represent themselves, to express themselves in such a way, or to create story, to create their persona in such a way that they get lot of followers, or they get lot of likes, comments, and people appreciate them. So that is what they craft persona. So in the same way, in 14th century, wife of Bath, or the knight, or the partner, they were also crafted their persona to win what followers and stand out. Who were the followers? The pilgrims who were sitting in front of them, or the audience that who are going to read about them later on, right? Lot of people like wife of Bath. Lot of people appreciate like wife of Bath. So as in today's social media platform, we see that these content creators, they wanted to stand out, right? To make themselves prominent among other content creators. So how they can be prominent? If their story or they express or represent themselves in such a way that is unique, right? So the same thing was doing also these characters in the 14th century. Today we explore Chaucer's pilgrims weren't just travelers, they were performers, right? Because one of the character would stand and then the character would say, hello, I'm wife of Bath, okay? And I have these characteristics, okay? 5 times I married, I am in relationship with so many other people, right? And then she would tell her tale, a story. And her tale would be a unique one. And the way she introduces herself would be a unique one. That the pilgrims praise her, right? And she stands out among other pilgrims. The same thing is also happening today on social media platform. So today, so they were not just travelers, but they were also performers because they were performing and they were gaining the support of other pilgrims. And their tales, their medieval posts, like today you are posting something on social media, on Facebook, right? You post something on your status, or you post something on any other social media platform. And by the time you post something, then you check that how many likes you gain, how many comments you gain, how many shares you gain. The same thing was there when they were telling a tale, a story. So they wanted to tell their tale, a story, or their introduction in such a way that they gain popularity, right? So we can say that on their tales, the way they were telling tales to the pilgrims, and the later on the audience were going to read them, so their medieval, we can call them medieval post. Today's post, you're posting something on social media platform, and medieval post. Fine. What if I told you that Geoffrey Chaucer was the original social media strategist? This is very interesting, right? What if you learn that it was Geoffrey Chaucer, that who is the original or the origin of this social media strategist, right? He made this strategy that how the character introduces herself, how the content is crafted, is created in such a way. So we can say that he is the original, right? Anyhow, so back in the 14th century, his Canterbury tales weren't just stories, they were content, crafted personas of these characters, of the partner, of the summoners, wife of Bath, knight, monk, friar, prioress, right? So personas are carefully staged performance. Sound familiar? So these were like stage performance. These pilgrims, they were going to Canterbury to perform what we call a Hajj, okay? So they were going to Canterbury to the shrine of Thomas A. Becket. And because it was a long traveling, so they would stay for a while, and one of the character would stand and he or she would perform. First, he or she is going to introduce herself, and then followed by a tale or a story. So today, TikTokers, Instagram influencers, and YouTubers are doing the exact same thing, curating identities, telling stories, and winning followers. So these characters, Canterbury Tales, those characters also, they try to have so many followers. They try to have so many likes, okay, and comment, and people praise them. Today we have also on social media, we can see these content creators, they are creating contents in such a way to gain a lot of followers. Now let's dive into how medieval pilgrims were the OG, right? Content creator, we can say that these are original content creators, providing that the storytelling and self-branding have been trending for over 600 years, right? Almost 600 years ago or 700 years ago, they branded themselves, right? And they were the original content creators. A storytelling competition social media challenge. In the Canterbury Tales, 29 pilgrims had to Canterbury for what? Right? To visit the shrine of Thomas A. Becket, who was killed. Later he was declared martyred at the end of 20th century, 1192. He was declared as a saint. So these pilgrims are going to Canterbury, which is in the north of England. The host, that was Harry Bailey. The host proposes a contest. Each tells a story. Best one wins a free meal and begging's right to have some recognition. So a free meal would be given according to the suggestions and proposal of the inn that was in Tabard, right? From Tabard they started their journey, and the owner of the Tabard inn was Harry Bailey. So he said that I'll give a free meal, and he would have or she would have a recognition, anybody who tells the best story. So this is a winning competition like today we have also on the social media platforms. So that's a narrative challenge. That was a narrative challenge in 14th century. Like a TikTok trends or YouTube video battle. Today, something happens, right, in the world. So a lot of content creators are there and they create content. Then they upload those videos or content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and so many other social media platforms. And then there is a competition. So this competition also existed in 14th century, as we can see that anybody who tells the best story would be given an award, and that was a free meal. So the goal was what? Entertain, provoke, inspire, and stand out. So these characters, they had goal. What? To entertain people. And today, these content creators also entertain people. And to provoke, right? To boost their emotions, inspire them, and stand out to be unique among other people. So the pilgrims aren't just telling stories, they are creating identities with who they are, right? Identity creation. Now, Chaucer's Night. Let's see that how Chaucer Night was and what was he doing. The night, prestige, posting, and moral branding. Even that he was like morally a good person. But again, okay, that he was cashing also the support of other people. So modern equivalent, the YouTubers who is successful, humble, and keep it clean. We have a lot of content creators who are humble, who are successful, and who keep their content clean. Morally, they are good people. So the Night Tales is epic, romantic, clean-cut, and full of honor and fate. So the same, we have YouTubers, content creators today. They're very much clean in their contents. They're humble, successful. So we have also a successful content creator in 14th century. That was Chaucer's Night. He is posting aesthetically moral content. Right? Today we see, okay, this social media platform, some people, they are uploading, they are creating contents which are morally accepted. While some are posting contents like sexually abuse or sexual contents, right? Comedy also in the shape of sexual content. So, I mean, okay, that these wouldn't be considered as morally good, but what Knight was doing, his contents were what? They were morally appreciable. So he's posting aesthetically moral contents like Mr. Beast doing philanthropy. We can see Mr. Beast, that is, the cause is what? The cause or the purpose of Mr. Beast is to help other people, right? To support other people, to spend money. So then the purpose and the cause of the night was also very much noble. But behind this nobility, right, they're also caching their content, right, to gain popularity. So why? To protect his status. Who? Mr. Beast, or we are talking about the knight. And preserve his brand. Knight was a brand of the time. Chivalric person, right? Fought in so many battles, right? And humble. So everybody likes him. Same is also Mr. Beast, okay, that he's also selling his brand the way that he's posting. So this is okay, that modern, and that was in 14th century. He's not here to shock. He's here to reinforce his image. So that is image building content. Fine. So the knight, that time, he was not here to shock people, but to build his image. Like Mr. Beast is also there to build his image. Chaucer's Wife of Bath, right? One of the famous character from Canterbury Tales. You can see Chaucer's Wife of Bath here. The Wife of Bath, confessional, the Wife of Bath, confessional, a vlogging and power play. What she was doing? She is also like a vlogger, right? She's also doing something like today we have vlogger. But she is the one that who confesses that I did this. And very boldly she says, I'm wife of Bath, I did this, I don't care, I didn't care. So she is very bold and she confesses, confessional, right? So there is the act of making confession. Now, modern equivalent like viral TikTok using personal narrative and sexuality and wit. Lot of content creators are there who are very much bold today, and we can see them on TikTok, YouTube, okay, and their videos and their contents get viral because of what? Because of the personal narrative. They tell their stories, personal narratives, fine, with their followers, and then sexuality and wit. And we know the same was doing what? Wife of Bath. So the wife of Bath gives a long intro before her tale like a story time YouTuber. So she's giving a long introduction, a very fascinating introduction. What she says, she shares views on marriage, sex and gender, right? So her tale centers on consent and sovereignty. She boldly says, okay, that sex. She boldly talks about marriage because she had 5 husbands. And she's talking about gender equality. So she's the first feminist, okay, in 14th century who existed. So her tale centers on consent, and that if there is a marriage between a man and a woman, so there should be consent from both sides, and there should be sovereignty to these people. Particularly, she's talking about the woman, the girl who's being married to a man. So there should be consent and sovereignty. She's not just entertaining, she is making a feminist statement. Equality, gender equality she's talking about. Her tale is both entertainment and a TED talk on gender politics. The way she's standing in front of people and she, hello, I'm wife of Bath, okay? I had 5 husbands and still I'm involved in so many relationships. So very boldly she says like this. So her tale, both entertainment and a TED talk on gender politics. Chaucer's partners, another character. The partner influencers with a dark agenda. He had a dark agenda, a negative person, right? But he was also influencer. Today we have so many influencers who are dark influencers. So modern equivalent, charismatic preacher mixing morality with modernization. So we can see preachers, right? And who's very charismatic, magical characters and attract people toward themselves, and preacher also. So mixing morality with modernization. On the one hand, morality, and on the other hand, modernization. So the partner sells fake relics, fine, and admit a lying and tells a moral. This is very ironic statement. He is selling fake relics to get money, right? And then admit to lying, that he is telling a lie, and tells a moral tale. He is telling a tale to who? To the people. This is okay, like we can say that a dark agenda. On the one hand, you're doing something wrong, and on the other hand, you are giving a lecture on morality. So then why are you giving a lecture on morality? So the partner is telling us a moral tale, who is himself an immoral person. So he's branding himself as a spiritual influencer with a tell all twists. He said that he is a spiritual influencer, but he's doing what? He's corrupt. Fine. So he is obsessed with attention, not authenticity. Obsession with what? With attention. He wants to grab attention of the people. So his tale condemns greed, but he lives. This is again surprising. He's telling us a moral lesson, that greed, the root cause of all evil is what? That is greed. And he himself is a greedy person. He's living in greed. This is surprising. Everyday tale is carefully edited and feed each pilgrim. Now, we can see that frames their story for maximum impact, these all characters, and respond to others in a storytelling battle, and tries to win an audience. So the miller mocks the knight and the reeve claps back. So summoners and friars roast each other. So there is a battle competition, okay, to win and gain attentions of the audience. It's a comment war through a storytelling. One person is commenting, other comments back on another one. So this is a comment war. Performances as identity then and now. Today, TikToker perform authenticity, Instagram curates perfections, YouTubers blend story with branding. In the Canterbury tale, the pilgrims do the same. They use fiction to reveal belief, storytelling to gain status, and language to win relevance. Now, Chaucer builds a proto-social platform, a storytelling sandbox of competing voices. And we can conclude Chaucer's built the first influencer house through Canterbury Tales. Think of the pilgrimage as medieval influencer road trip. Everyone's trying to outdo each other. Everyone's brand is on display. The real drama isn't in the tale, it's in the tellers. And the Canterbury Tales is the blueprint for how we use story to perform self. The pilgrims were medieval content creators, and their stories, their feet, their flags, and their fight for attention. Call to actions. Which pilgrim would go viral today? I think that would be wife of Bath. So is the wife of Bath the original TikTok queen? Perhaps she's the original TikTok queen of the 14th century. Would the partner have a PayPal donation link? Of course. And drop your takes to the comments. So if this gave you a new lens on Chaucer's, hit like, subscribes, and ring the icon bell, because all literature and never really does. So it just reports itself. So thanks for watching, and please do provide your valuable insight comment about today's lecture. It was a new perspective on Canterbury Tale. Thank you so much.